64 players have won the Ballon d'Or, football's greatest individual honour, but only 17 players have ever received a perfect 10 out of 10 match rating from the infamous French newspaper L'Équipe. The publication is notorious for their harsh ratings, but when a player does play a perfect game, they get to join this exclusive group, whose members are as follows: Franck Sauzet and Bruno Martini, 1988. The first players to record perfect 10s were these two French wonder kids. After a goalless first leg draw with Greece in the European Under-21 Championship final, the French side secured a famous victory in the second leg. Sauzet scored twice, while Martini made a string of great saves to keep his side in front. Oleg Salenko, 1994. Now onto the real first entry. Even the Scrooges at L'Équipe could not deprive Salenko of their highest honour after he put in a 5-star performance at USA 94. Salenko remains the only player to score 5 goals in a World Cup match, and his goal against Sweden saw him share the Golden Boot with Hristo Stoichkov, despite the fact that Russia did not progress past the group stages. Lars Winfield, 1997. Few gave Danish side Aarhus much hope when they were drawn against Nantes in the UEFA Cup first round in 1997-98. However, in Denmark, they held the favourites to a 2-2 draw, and they nicked a 1-0 victory in the second leg. Winfield was the hero as he produced an outrageous array of saves to keep the French side at bay. Lionel Messi, 2010. It took a ridiculous 13 years until L'Équipe felt comfortable handing out another 10 out of 10, with a 23-year-old Argentinian forward breaking the drought. This was one of the many times that Messi was unplayable in a huge game while at the peak of his powers. Lionel Messi, 2012. It's that man again. This time Messi scored a record 5 Champions League goals in a single game, as Barcelona humiliated a Leverkusen side featuring a starstruck Bernd Leno in goal. Leno would be chipped twice by Messi during the demolition, and also parried the ball straight into his path for his 4th goal. Robert Lewandowski, 2013. The 2013 Champions League semi-finals signified a shifting of power in European football, away from Spain and towards Germany, with Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund blowing Barcelona and Real Madrid away respectively. One of the vanguards of this revolution was Lewandowski, who shocked Los Blancos with a 4-goal haul at Signal Iduna Park. Carlos Eduardo, 2014. Carlos Eduardo netted 10 goals for Nice during the 2014-15 season, and half of them came in the 7-2 mauling of Guingamp. The pick of the bunch was his first, a 30-yard free kick that dipped just in time to creep under the crossbar. Neymar, 2018. L'Équipe made us wait 4 years after Carlos Eduardo's display before handing out top marks again. Neymar broke the streak by scoring half of PSG's goals in their famous 8-0 victory over Dijon. Dusan Tadic, 2019. Trailing 2-1 on aggregate heading into the Champions League last 16 second leg, Ajax remarkably smashed Real Madrid 4-1 at the Bernabeu to reach the quarters, with former Southampton forward Dusan Tadic instrumental in the win. Lucas Moura, 2019. After a quiet first half leading the line, Lucas Moura burst into life after the break, scoring twice in quick succession to put Spurs within a goal of the final. Then, with seconds left to play in the second half stoppage time, he struck again. Serge Gnabry, 2019. A hat-trick and an assist against Spurs for the former Arsenal man marked the German's arrival as a global superstar. Not bad for a guy who couldn't get in Tony Pulis's West Brom side a few years prior. Kylian Mbappe, 2021. It wasn't the most glamorous occasion, with the forward's perfect performance coming in a World Cup qualifier against Kazakhstan. Still, Mbappe became the first French player to net 4 times in a single game. Alban Lafont, 2022. PSG rarely lose Ligue 1 games, and if they do, the opposition goalkeeper usually has to play a blinder. Lafont did exactly that. PSG racked up a 3.93 xG in the contest, yet Lafont only conceded once thanks to his heroics between the sticks. Erling Haaland, 2022. Haaland registered a 3rd successive home hat-trick against United, becoming the first player to do so in Premier League history, and even provided an assist for good measure. Dominik Livakovic, 2022. The Croatia goalkeeper was in heroic form in the World Cup quarter-final, as he almost single-handedly thwarted Brazil, making 11 saves during the match. He was inspirational when it came to penalties too, as his stop to keep out Rodrigo's effort proved decisive. Erling Haaland, 2023. Erling Haaland struck 5 times in Manchester City's resounding 7-0 win over RB Leipzig in the Champions League last 16, becoming the second player to have been awarded a perfect 10 on multiple occasions. Ademola Lookman, 2024. Atalanta went into the 2024 Europa League final as massive underdogs against Bayer Leverkusen. Enter Ademola Lookman. The Nigeria international netted a stunning hat-trick via 3 superb finishes as Gasparini's side trampled over Xabi Alonso's in Dublin. Desiree Doué, 2025. Desiree Doué assisted the opening goal for Achraf Hakimi before scoring 2 himself, thus becoming the first player to ever directly contribute 3 goals in a Champions League final. What performance do you think should be on this list? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.